Welcome back. Our research team is now joining in to set you up for the trading session today with the trade setup, stocks in news, and of course the setup on the FNO side as well. First up, Vivek is here to get us all the market cues we need to watch out for. Vivek, good morning. Devoid of global cues over the weekend, but what are some of the important things that you're watching out for today?
That's right, devoid of global cues. July 4th was a holiday as far as US markets are concerned. But remember, commodity markets, especially crude markets, are something that are pricing in the higher production that the OPEC plus countries will actually go in. So on the back of that, crude oil prices slightly lower in the session today. Well, Indian markets, Friday, throughout the trading session, you did see pressure. But what actually transpired was that in the last hour of the trading session, you did see some recovery come in. And on the back of both the Nifty as well as the Bank Nifty managed to end the session with gains. The IT Pack and ICICI Bank were among the key gainers. However, Friday, the last story or the big story was the impact as far as the restriction of Chain Street in the Indian markets was concerned. And on the back of that, you did see some important stocks taking quite a big knock. So BSE, Nuvama Wealth, Angel One, all of these stocks among the top drags. And remember also, as far as the oil and gas space was concerned, PNGRB tariff update, especially in terms of gas lines, is something that did come about. And the back of that, you did see GAIL, IGL as well as MGL. These three stocks react, especially IGL, positively impacted. Quarterly updates, whole host of stocks, especially the FMCG pack, will remain in focus. GCPL, Dabur among the top names. And in the BFSI space, IndusInd Bank and Bank of India will remain in focus on the back of the quarterly update. So overall, especially when you're looking at Asian markets and Indian markets, a largely flat start is what we're anticipating.
A whole host of business updates that we need to track. Vivek, thanks a lot for that. Since we were on the subject of markets, let's go across to Sudarshan, who is here with the cues that you need to keep an eye out for from the FNO side of things. Sudarshan, good morning.
Good morning, Omar. So first, the data overall is looking largely on the short side, but market also factor in all the updates, quarterly updates that we are looking at, because stocks will be reacting on that. As far as Friday's session was concerned, last hour recovery helped both Sensex and Nifty close in the green, while mid-cap index had closed with minor cuts. For today also, GIFT Nifty is indicating a muted start. On the flows front also, we have seen both FIs and DIs selling in the cash market. FIs have sold more than rupees 700 crore, even FIs have sold more than rupees 700, DIs have sold more than rupees 1,000 crore. And in the futures market too, FIs have sold 747 crore in the index futures, and they have added more short positions than long positions. And now FIs long exposure has reduced to less than 23%. On the option front, 25,700 call has seen maximum addition. Their addition was more than 17 lakh shares. And on the put side, 25,200 and 25,300 put were the healthy ones. One stock that remains in the band is RBL Bank. And apart from RBL Bank, two stocks that I'll keep an eye on. First is BSE, because now most of the brokerage reports are saying that FI's contribution to the volumes of BSE are very low, so there should not be much impact because of SEBI's order on Chain Street. And second stock that I'll keep an eye on is BPCL, because over the weekend we have seen a sharp drop in crude after OPEC plus order. Now, lastly, support for Nifty remains around 25,330, and if that breaches, next support comes around 25,160. As far as resistance is concerned, 25,600 first, and if we cross that, then 25,700.
That 25,600 level continues to be a bit of a barrier for the index, and it has failed to cross that all through last week. Sudarshan, thanks a lot for that update from the FNO side of things, and some important stocks that you will have to keep an eye out for today. We had a whole host of business updates that came in on Friday evening and over the weekend as well. We start off with Dabur, then for the Godrej Consumer Products. Let's start off with that first. Now, they said that the standalone business is likely to deliver a high single-digit value growth on the back of a mid-single-digit underlying volume growth that they have seen during the quarter, and as a result of which the volume growth has been strongly competitive and is improving sequentially. So they are expecting a consolidated double-digit revenue growth during the quarter. Now, on the flip side, Dabur has said that their consolidated revenue is likely to grow in low single digits, and that is because of the underperformance of their beverage business, which has weighed on the top line. And they're saying that this consolidated operating profit growth is expected to marginally lag revenue growth. So if revenue growth is going to be in the low single digits, the operating profit growth is likely to be either similar or maybe even lower. So that's Dabur for you. Bank of India, some of the PSU banks came out with some updates. Absolutely flat in terms of global deposits on a year-on-year basis. Advances too were up 12% compared to last year. That is for global overall. And IDBI Bank saw a 7% deposit growth. CASA deposits were down 2%. So it's a mixed bag that IDBI Bank reported during the quarter. But Senco Gold on the flip side, though, it's a strong update from them. Retail revenue was up 24% and revenue growth overall was 28%. Same-store sales growth was strong as well. And they said that they are on course to achieve their annual target of 20 showrooms. And this quarter is likely to be boosted by festivals like Raksha Bandhan and Onam. Keep an eye out on IndusInd Bank, though. It's been in the news all through the quarter. And this time around, advances were down, deposits were down, both on a year-on-year as well as on a sequential basis. So keep an eye out for that. Morgan Stanley too said that they remain underweight because of all of these uncertainties and the lack of clarity over their new CEO. So keep an eye out on that. Jyoti CNC, they've acquired 20 acres of land at Tumkuru Machine Tools Park in Karnataka. And Shilpa Medicare is the other one where Anvisa has completed their good manufacturing practices inspection of its arm, and that inspection has been concluded with no major observations. Well, Tata Steel has received a demand letter with respect to the minerals dispatch from the Sukinda chromite block. Mahindra Life Spaces has launched a new project, and BEML has won an order. So a lot of stocks that you need to keep an eye out for today.